So one of the things people are trying to do in reading the tea leaves with us is draw conclusions. What are we doing? What does it mean? And I think sometimes it's hard because we run typically most of what we do in closed-end funds. So, you know, we sold a building in New York City, 1095 6th Avenue for $2.2 billion, just closed a month or two ago. And that asset, we had reskinned the building, we'd leased up the office space, we'd redone some great retail. It became truly a core asset. It made sense for a long-term institutional owner to buy it. You know, 4 weeks later, we go out and buy the second tallest building in America, the Willis Tower in Chicago. Why do we do that? Well, the building's 80% leased. We think there's upside with the retail, with the restaurants. We think we can do some interesting things with the sky deck, the observatory there. In our buy it, fix it, sell it model, that was an asset we thought we could bring to bear some expertise and create value. So I think with us, it's sometimes hard, and you see it, you know, we're selling hotels, we're buying hotels, we're selling, but part of it is just the nature of our business and the nature of the funds we run.
Since you brought up New York City, I'm going to lead right to that question, John, and to give us your sense about New York City and how you look at it. Some people think we must be close to peak in New York City, at least, if not in the United States. And of course, New York City is leading as a geographic location of the inflow of foreign capital. So, your sense here?
Well, I'd say we're definitely bulls on New York City and London. Those are two places that seem to be big winners in global capitalism and what's happening as a result of technology, what's happening as people return to big urban centers. So those two cities in particular we hold in high regard. And what happens in places like this where lots of people want to live, work, travel, shop, the value of real estate tends to go up because there's generally high barriers to entry in creating new real estate. As any of the developers here can attest, in New York it's pretty hard generally to build things. So I'd say definitely bullish, and but you know, there are areas, pockets where you're seeing more supply, where I'd be a little more cautious. So in New York City, in the hotel market, long-term great hotel market, but today there's probably 10% new supply that's going to get added over the next couple of years, which will make the New York City hotel market not as robust as it's been in the past. The very high-end condominium market in Midtown, where there are a lot of people trying to sell very high-priced apartments, that's a market in the near term I'm a little more cautious on. But in general, across the retail landscape, office buildings, rental apartments, we see pretty good things. The supply-demand picture is very good, and I think the city has a bright future, and I think you'll continue to see it spill out in places like Brooklyn. I think this is early stages of what's going to happen in the transformation in that borough in particular.
Great.